So Vanishing Line and or Garo Vanishing Line. I like this show a lot, and I'm not, sure what I'm going to title this video because I really had a fun time with this video, but this video did have a lot of things that Dai's Irie had, which Dai's Irie obviously did not have the greatest start in the world because there's no context, everything seemed pointless, but this was presented better. I don't know how to say how it was presented better because we didn't get much context whatsoever. Actually, we didn't get any, but it makes you say, hey, there's going to be some good things coming from the show, and I have heard this listed for 2 courses, 24 episodes, and Studio Mappa made it, so if you like Virgin Soul, you're probably going to like this show, and I think I really like the main character. Actually, I know I really like the main character, this seriousness and or badass persona, but yeah, he's really, I guess, a goofball kind of down to the core. He loves his woman. Every time he sees a girl's breasts, he prays and says, "Thank you for reminding me I'm alive," and I'm dead serious. Every time he saw an older, mature girl. Outside of Sophie, he's not weird. He just knows. He knows what a man likes. He knows what he likes. He knows what his eyes like to see. And it makes him feel alive every time. Rather than the fights he actually, takes part of, which are very deadly and obviously he could die in. But nonetheless, I really like his character. So the show, it's not truly showed us what it is about yet, but the setting takes place in, usually most of the time it's nighttime for the show. I don't think there was a daytime clip for the show once today, and I look at it and I'm like, okay, so what's the whole thing about the show that's going to say, hey, you should watch it? And those are horrors and the agency that needs to fight them, and or I guess the Makai Knights. The Makai horrors versus the Makai Knights. And we did get introduced to our main character, Sword, which I just kind of said I love his character. I think he's really cool. And I'm really trying to go into this kind of first impression by really giving you guys kind of what it's about. And we did get our main female character, Sophie, who ends up running to a horror that in which he saves her. But I guess since I'm talking about fighting, I should probably talk about the animation that comes with it, rather than kind of being all over with this review. And the animation that comes with it was really unique. I thought the first scene was really unique, how they slowed down the animation. They slowed down his punches. You could tell they're kind of they're slower than the jumping around animation, which is really good, but it is Studio Mappa, so they do a pretty damn good job in terms of animation whenever they go hard, and I think they did. But they slowed down each punch for my main character's Sword, and yes, his name's Sword, which I kind of just find that badass. I don't know why. I guess because he's badass. But they slow down his his punches, but they're still really fluid, and it doesn't make the animation seem like it's out of rhythm, even whenever it's faster, and then it slows down. It seems like it's put together and constructed really good, and I found the animation to be really kind of unique in that aspect, because it's kind of just I haven't really quite seen anything like this. It's kind of huh. So they slowed down the punches in order to add weight to the hits, so you could really feel them, and I did feel them. I felt that as if they were really powerful. So, I'm talking about him fighting horrors. How about we talk about the horrors? So we do get some circumstances and or, I guess, conditions per se, which I kind of find to be the same thing, but I looked and there was no synonym. They said synonym of condition is not circumstances and vice versa. They were not synonyms of each other, even though circumstances, if you look up the definition, it says a fact or condition that makes up an event or action. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know literature, but they seem to be the same thing to me, even though the internet doesn't think so. But I guess we're kind of off track. So we found out these circumstances and or conditions that it takes to make a horror, and that is envy, despair, hatred, things like that. They will consume you and turn you into a horror. As you see, the Moon Wizard is what is the biggest horror we see. And we get to see an awesome motorcycle scene where he fights said beast and ends up beating said beast. And I really did like that. I thought the music was badass. I was like, oh, here we go. I'm getting hyped, you know what I'm saying? But one thing that I did really take away from the show was the simple fact that they didn't mention El Dorado. And El Dorado, if you haven't seen, there's Disney shows about it. The Road to El Dorado. As you'll see if you watch the movie. I just love that scene. I love when I sing that scene. It's so damn good every time. But that's besides the point. So I'm wondering if that's the be-all, end-all goal, which it seems as it is. If someone can get to El Dorado, then something special will happen. I don't know. Maybe a wish will be granted. Maybe you'll be granted the ultimate power, which I don't think it's ultimate power, because our main character doesn't seem like he needs that, because he straight up says, I'm the strongest Makai Knight wizard or whatever there is. Makai Knight there is. I guess not wizard, but Makai Knight. So I'm not really sure where it's going with that, but that seems to be a possible be-all, end-all goal for the show and or the main plot point. Who can find this place? How can I get there? So other than that, I think you guys will enjoy the show. It's a must-watch in my opinion so far. Out of all the shows I've seen, if I'm comparing them, this and King's Game are the two I think you should watch and check out for sure. So as always, guys, you guys have been Hex. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, X25. See you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys.